Welcome to part 3 of this course, and this time we are going to be looking at domain appraiser, and we'll see how to fish out the gems in domains just like the gurus. Now for this training, the course outline, we are going to be taking a look at the types of domain name appraisers. Then after that, we check out the best domain appraiser tools that are commonly used by domain flippers, and thereafter we take a detailed look at domain appraiser tools, at domain appraising using SEO tools like Ahrefs and Majestic and some others as well. Then for the last part of this training, the third part, I am going to be showing you from A to Z how you buy a domain name. That's the step-by-step process that entails researching everything we have been doing so far. We are going to put it into practice and you will see exactly how it's done. Now this is going to be a detailed step-by-step and from start to finish. So the question is, what is domain appraising? That's what is it all about. Now, appraising of domain names helps you to find out two really important things about domains that you want to buy. It gives you more detailed information about any domain that you are interested in, so that you will now make up your mind based on some criteria and based on what you find out if you should be getting that domain name or not, so that it will not just be a waste of time. So you fish out, you pick out the gems, the important ones from the rubbish, because domain names keep on being put into the pool every single blessed day. Now, domain appraising of domain names helps you to find out two really important things about the domains you want to buy. The first thing is that it helps you answer the question if the domain name is really good, and if it can be sold off immediately, that's in the shortest amount of time possible. And this is key, because you might really need urgent cash. Now, if you carry out proper domain appraising, you will know even beforehand if the domain name is going to sell out fast. Now, also, the second thing that domain appraising helps you to find out is that it tells you what price range that the domain can be sold for in the marketplace. Now, these two questions are very vital, and it is properly appraising domain names that helps you to find out this information. Now, if that is understood, I want you to know that there are two kinds of domain name appraisers, and we have the informal and we have the certified. Now, the informal domain name appraiser, this is a free appraiser of your domain which appears on your screen using either free or premium software tools. Now, what I am saying here is that the informal type of domain name is the one that you carry out yourself, whether you are using an app, whether free or paid app. As long as you are carrying it out yourself, it is informal, because it is free. Even though you bought the app or paid for the SaaS software that is helping you do the appraising, it is still regarded as informal. So it doesn't matter whether the apps used for appraising are premium, but as long as they are not official, it is seen as informal, and they usually appear on your screen immediately, or they are emailed to you. And we are going to be doing this a whole lot. You are going to see how you can carry out informal domain appraiser pretty soon. Now, the second type of domain appraiser, domain name appraiser, is the one known as the certified. Now, this is an authoritative appraiser that you can include as part of your marketing and sales of the domain name. Now, if you carry out a certified domain name appraiser, when you are marketing your domain name in the marketplace, you can easily add it, and it is it is always a boost, oftentimes a boost to the value of the domain name, because it has already been professionally certified to be to that amount that you are putting up there. Now, certified appraiser, you should know, actually cost money, and I must point out that it doesn't guarantee a higher or lower sales of your domain. There are some domain names that were not authoritatively appraised, but it's still sold for very, very big bucks. So you should note this. If that is understood, we are going to before we go into this, let's take a look at how you actually carry out domain appraisal for free and as well as paid. Now, if you want to carry out domain appraisal, which is a very critical part of selling domain names, that the very first tool that you would want, that I'm going to consider here, is an app called STBot. And you go to stbot.com. stbot.com. STBot is a very common tool that is used by many veteran domainers, and it gives you, let me check if my network is on. Okay, I've taken the time to open up STBot, though the network is still pretty bad over here, and I have opened up all the tabs that we are going to use so that we don't have any fluctuations with the training. So back to STBot. Now this is the STBot website, and it has the paid option, and then the free option is quite limited in the amount of appraisals you can carry out daily, and the insight you actually get. But when you are starting out as a newbie, the free option is not bad. It will give you what you need. So this is the website, and you just go through and you see what discover the value of internet real estate, explain and understand domain name market. So this is the website, and you see there domain name appraiser, instant appraiser 101, advertiser B2, lead generator, expiry domain. So this is the website for you, and this is where we are going to do our appraiser. So you see that all the other part is out. What you just need is your domain name.com. Now I am going to assume that we already have a domain name that we've picked, and for this that we have already say we're already interested in a particular domain name, and for the, let's say we're interested in the domain name biteandbones.com. So all we need to do is put it in here, then click on appraise. And just as I told you with the informal appraisal of domain names, the result is just going to appear on the screen when it is done. It's not going to take like days or whatsoever. It is just going to, you are going to get the results immediately, and we should have gotten the result. It's just that the network appears a little bit bad. So let's give it time, and then the result will pop up right here on the screen. I think I'm going to pause it and wait. When the result comes out, you will see it. Okay, we are back here. Now what you do is that, as I said, you use the STBot tool, and you put in your domain in here and click on it. So it will just appraise the domain. You could also try this and just click on appraisal, or open a new tab, and will take you to still the STBot appraiser too. Now for Byte and Bones, this is what it is telling us. It is telling us that the domain name is less than $100. Now please note, this particular domain name Byte and Bones is actually worth more than $1,000. You see, it has articles in it. rich articles. A website has been designed on it already, and also it is more than 12 years old with a lot of backlinks. But STBot is not checking all that. It's not checking if the website has been if a website has been built on the domain name. So you need to know about that. So it just uses its own criteria to tell you the estimated, that's estimated, because this is a bot doing the work. So, and you get a bird's eye view of the traffic and ads and just everything generally relating to the site. So this is what STBot does for you. STBot is a really powerful tool used by a lot of domainers. Now, if that is noted, and here, please note, if you are using the free version, you are limited to the number of searches and insights also as well you can carry out in a day. So this is it for the novice plan. You have $29 per month with the looks up and per day, and the looks up per month. These are for persons really into the virtual real estate business. So that is it for the STBot software app. Now, another tool you can use for appraiser is GoDaddy. Yes, GoDaddy offers a free appraiser. To just go to godaddy.com, they click on this domain appraiser tab, and boom, you will land up on here. Now, I've already done this. You see that GoDaddy is giving us 9 for that same website that STBot is telling us less than $100. It's telling us based on its own. It compared it with past domains, so the extension, if it's a great extension, which is a .com, and the characters, 15 characters. So you just see it here. It compared it as well to other domains that have been sold, and then gave its own estimated value just below $1,000. So this is also a free domain appraising tool that you can use to really check out the values of the domains that you are about to buy. Of course, any domain that has some amount of value already, it is good to buy. You put in a domain to GoDaddy like this, and appraiser tool or even the STBot, and it's giving you that kind of value, then you should go for the domain, especially if you are just picking it up for $10-12, and based also on some other appraiser techniques that you are going to see after now. So this is how you use the GoDaddy appraiser tool, and it is free, though they all have their paid option as well. So we are going to close that tab. Then also Nameboy, and Nameboy, let me leave this for now. It is written, have it in the PDF that comes along with it. Now let's use name words. As the names implies, it gives you the words of the domain name, and also you use your domain name.com as we have been doing so far. So you check it, you click on determine the words, and then give it some time. The network has buckled up. Just give it some time, and it will give you the value right on the login below, create wow, this is going to require us to create an account. I just want you to see that you can actually get to use the free tools to carry out domain research and domain appraiser, and get good domain names as you are going to see. Okay, 20 looks up per month, 5 looks up per day. Your account has successfully created. So just click on continue. this is a very key and important part of selling your domain in the marketplace. Okay, we have to go confirm our email. Let's go through this trace. And of course, I won't be editing out these parts. I'm just going to leave everything. Okay, it's now been confirmed. So we go on back again and go. Let's see what it's going to give us. It's telling us that it's less than the value is less than $10, just like what STBots gave to us. Now we are still not totally done, so you now have an idea of the value of your domain name. Now please note that this is an idea. This is not saying that this is the exact value of your domain name. For instance, if you are just creating a new domain name with no traffic whatsoever, maybe you just picked it up, a good domain name, STBot might even tell you that the value of the domain name is 0. Name world could tell you that it is 0, but that doesn't mean that the value of the domain name is 0. Now what we are doing, because this training is showing you how to pick aged domain names, premium aged domain names. So it is giving you an estimated value of those old domain names that you are picking up. Like the Bytes and Bones, I already picked up that. I already picked it up, and it's 12 years old plus domain name. 12 years old plus domain name. So if that is noted, now there is a very nifty tool before we get on there. There is a very important tool that I want you to get to know about, and that is the Wayback Machine and Way Forward Machine. So this actually, it doesn't really appraise your domain name. It doesn't appraise domain names, but it is very important. It is a very important tool. Now what this particular application, what this website, what it helps you with is that it takes your website. Let's say you get a domain name. Let's try it with Bytes and Bones as well, and it traces the history of your domain name from the very moment it was gotten to the present time. You see, this domain name was gotten in 2009, and if we want to check how it looks like way back then, so we want to check, you just click on it, you give it time, so you can check how it looks back then. 29 December, how was it looking way back and archive.org took 2 snapshots of it, so we can actually see how the website looks back then. So this is immensely, it is very important. So any domain name you are buying, you can actually go back and check out how the website was designed, the structure of the website, how it was looking back then, what they used it for, the type of articles that was on there, and even the person managing the site. You can visit the URL and just check up generally what the website was all about back then. So you see, this was actually like a recipe website back then, a recipe website. So this will help you if you want to build on that particular domain name. It will help you to know the kind of articles that you are going to be putting on there. So you see, it's a recipe website, and it was also talking about utensils, and what the website is actually doing right now in let's go, and this is in 2021. You click, okay, this is 2021. Let's click on 2021, and this is snap of it. Is March 4th 2021, and you discover that the website has actually been structured, and not really that the kind, it has been themed to see. It is still on recipes, still on recipes and utensils. So it has been I themed it based on what it was themed on as far back as in 2009. That's like 2009 till now. That's 11. That's 12 years plus right now as I am doing this tutorial. So the way back machine or way forward machine, and it's not being called, is really it's a cool tool, and you should be using it. As a matter of fact, before you even start carrying out all the other research, you could just throw it in here and see what the domain was themed on way back. So that is it for the informal way of carrying out domain appraisal. Now there is also the paid way of carrying out domain appraisal, and that is I'm just going to look at just two of them. We have Afternic. Now this is certified appraiser of the domain name, certified appraiser of domain name, which is like an authoritative appraiser. It's kind of authoritative because you are going to pay for it. Now after Nick, and they just charge you $25 for the first domain name, and for the others they charge you $20 each. And you scroll, you check out, you see the affordable domain name appraiser by industry experts. So you can create an account, and then you create an account and you appraise it, and just read up the website and you see everything it takes. That's if you want to carry out a professional, that's an authoritative appraiser. Not that this is really like very authoritative, but it is okay, it is cool, and you could add it, and it will help boost the value or sales of your domain name, though even without a paid appraiser. As I told you earlier on, before we started this a class, you could sell your domains for big bucks even without this. Now the second website is Sedo. Now Sedo is a little bit on the high side when it comes to domain appraiser. I think that yes, it starts at just $99, and it is a little bit more in depth. You see your benefits, you see all the benefit there, and you scroll down, you see the criteria that they use in appraising your domain name. You see how it works, what the method that Sedo actually uses in appraising domain names. See, they take top level domain names into cognizance, the length and memorableness, and the language complexity, typo susceptibility, international usability, search engine user, advertising potential, sales opportunity, business potential, experience and market insight, which is kind of like more in-depth than the Afternic paid appraising. So if you want to carry out professional appraisal, you can check out these two. There are a whole lot of other paid appraisers and bits. I'm not going to dwell on that now, because the purpose of this training is that you use free tools to like do everything in question. You use like free tools or one-time tool to do everything relating to domain flipping. So that is it for the types of domain name appraisers. Now the tools, that the free tools and the paid tools, and how you can actually find out the value, the estimated value of the domain names you are about picking. Now I want to quickly say this: you shouldn't spend too much time trying to appraise domain name, because you are not the only one picking up these domain names. When you spend too much time on all of this, somebody else could just come in and pick the domain names, and when you go back to try and buy it, you discover that, oh sorry, the domain name is no longer available. Now there is something else I always do. That's if I'm buying aged domain names and I really want to carry out detailed appraisals. No, there are softwares that can, there are tools, there are SaaS boot and installable softwares that can actually help you to find out the quality. That's how the quality of the domain name you are buying. And this time around we are talking about the juice that the aged domain name has. And when I say juice, I'm talking about backlinks. If it has quality backlinks, we are looking at the page authority, the domain authority, see other factors relating. So there are tools that can actually help you to do this, and we have Ahrefs, and we have Majestic, we have SEMrush, and there are so many of them that I'm just going. We have SEO Power Suite, and this is so good that I bought it, and I bought the enterprise option of it, and really powerful tool. So I'm going to show you how to carry out detailed domain appraising using SEO tools. So you check out the history of the backlinks of the domain name you are buying, the aged domain name, because if a client is interested in buying your domain names and it has spammy links from pharmaceutical site, it is no longer going to be interesting. And if it has been de-indexed or blacklisted by Google, and nobody is going to buy it, so it would have just been a waste of money. So tools like this helps you to check the backlink history, check the juice, how viable these backlinks are. So I'm going to show you how to actually do this. So we are going to go on straight to, let's go to ahrefs.com. I'm going to close up all this, then let me open up Majestic, and then let me also open up SEMrush, and we are going to do this really quickly. So sign in, start a 7-day trial for $7. It used to be free those days and for trials. So I'm just going to sign in. I have an account, but we are going to use the free option. I'm also going to this, you don't need to, let me just pop in the bytes and bones, and also with this, let me just pop in it here. And then while the Ahrefs is open, okay, got it. So we're also going to pop it in here. We don't want subdomain, we want the exact. So let's just see how it is, and then we check it. This, okay, it has opened up. Okay, good. So let's start with Ahrefs. Oh, domain not verified. Can check Oliver and their subdomains on the free plans. Please verify your domain ownership of this or subscribe to a premium. Oh my god. Okay, let's just leave this and let me pause it. Okay, I have to close the Ahrefs because I will need to verify ownership. To use it for free, you need to go through the process of ownership verification, and I don't want to go into that right now. I don't want to get things complicated, so you can just leave this, and in future trainings I'm going to look into that. Now let's check out the trust flow and citation flow, which are still parameters that we use to check out the juice for a particular particular age domain. Now it's saying that the trust flow, the link quality is 6, and the citation flow, that the link volume, is 32. Now this is not really too fantastic, neither is it too bad. So many persons industry, they don't really put in too much value into this, but yes, those into SEO take cognizance of all this. So now when you scroll down, okay, you can check a whole lot of things and relating to this particular domain. See, aside the trust flow and citation flow, and then you see the referring domains on there, it is 107. And then you see the external inbound links, the referring IPs and the referring subnets. This is not bad in itself. Now you can check the backlink, you can click on backlinks, and I think I will need to log in to see this. Really incorrect. 774941. Okay, good. Okay, I think a lot of things have really changed with the free plans, but at least you have gotten the citation flow, and the trust flow. Now let's move on to the next one. I think SEMrush is going to give us a better look at. You just try up all these tools. After all, they are free. Now if you are interested in the paid plan, you can always get in touch with me, and then we'll work things out. So here it is, and here SEMrush is actually going to give us better insight with the free plan. So here we have, you see the organic and traffic, organic keywords, and here is looking empty, authority score is there, the referring domain is there. So you can still really check up more things here, and then using all these on the left hand side, you can check up the domain overview of the domain. So this gives you an overview of the domain. And you see the distribution of traffic, organic traffic worldwide. You just see the backlinks and the referring domain. So you see a whole lot of things. You can check out you can do a whole lot with SEMrush, these free plans, and the paid plans come with even more insight, and you can also get in touch with me if you're interested in the paid plan. So all these tools, SEO tools, and for researching your domain names and researching the links and the traffics and how the domain is behaving right now and in the time past. So with all these, you can check out for spammy and the indexed domain name. So that's it, how you use SEMrush, and you can just carry out traffic analysis and organic research, and even the backlinks analytics and backlink audit. You can do a whole lot with SEMrush, but it is really expensive, because if you come here, you see the price, and it's far more expensive than some of the other SEO tools. You see it here, with just 5 projects, and this is it, more than $100 per month. and then you really want to cash in on this, you have to go for the business plan, talking about close to $500 per month. Unless you are an SEO agency or really into this domain, you are making a whole lot every day or per month, thousands of dollars from domain and from domain flipping, you shouldn't bother about this. But if you are interested in SEMrush, the pro plan, you can get in touch with me, we'll work things out. So that's it. Then the next one we are going to take a look at, and that's a good one. I'm talking about Moz. That's, go to moz.com, and then the keyword explorer to there, you just pop in the link and it will show you a whole lot. It will tell you about the page authority and tell you about the domain authority. And Moz is really giving us impressive value for an old domain name that was picked up for just for less than $12. Now you see, page authority is 35 and domain authority is 22, and I would say this is a good domain name, valuable domain name. And you see that GoDaddy gave us quite a good estimate when it appraised it, and estimate didn't do bad as well. It told us that it just around $100. Same with name worth, around $100. Even if you were to sell this domain name for $100 and you got it for less than $12, it is still a good bargain. But you see, this domain name, I'm not even going to sell it for $3,000. So that is it. And then you see the top ranking keywords, it gives you a whole lot, it gives you details, and you can really explore. Take your time to explore this particular domain name using all these tools that I just showcased to you. So this is how you research and carry out, not research on the domain name. After you carry out appraisal, then you further carry out research. Though this is a research, it is also telling you a whole lot. It's a form of appraisal telling you a whole lot if this domain name is worth buying. Because when you pop it into these free tools, these SEO tools, and it doesn't really give you any good thing, no matter if, and it's telling you that the page authority is 0, the domain authority and all the SEO tools are telling you that it is 0, unless it is a new domain name. Say you just got it and it's a new domain name, like you just bought it immediately and it's a good extension and it's a hot keyword, then you can go ahead with it. But if it is an old domain name, 9 years, 6 years and all, and you are getting like spamming, links and a whole lot of bad links and low citation trust and all those jargons and jazz, then you are going to need to avoid that. Of course, there are tools that automate all this for you and paid tools, and I gave you a recommended tool back then talking about PR range app software. You could use that and then shorten your research and appraisal. But you want to do it the old school way, you can do it this way and still get really good domain names if you do it the way I've been showcasing to you. So we touched on Majestic and SEMrush and Moz Explorer 2. Then we didn't touch on Ahrefs, and we have not touched on SEO Power Suite, and which I use that a whole lot, a real bundle of tools in there. I'm not going to dwell on that now, I don't want to get this complicated. So with this, and that is you need to install it on your system. So when we come back, I am going to show you how to buy a domain name step by step. That's the exact details you need, from how you research the domain name, you pick the domain name, and they do all these things you have been doing till date. So, and you see me actually do the research and do the appraisal, then eventually you see me buy these domain names, and you are going to see me sell off these domain names in this tutorial. So we are getting into the really juicy and good stuff. So thank you, and I think this particular training, this video has really taken a whole lot of time. I'm going to stop here now, and thanks and God bless you in the next video.